We've got the trunk liner loose. All you gotta do is get it loose, not necessarily take it all the way out. And there's the top of the rear shock tower. As you can see, my brother's already got the bolts off. Their torque specs 30 foot-pounds. We'll be putting that back on when we put them back in. So we got the rear up in the air here with the wheels off. Show you the bolts we're going to be getting at on the rear. It's going to be the one right in the center of the picture there. That's what's holding the shock on. I've been told that you have to take the other one right there to the left out, but I'm hoping that because we got it lifted by the center differential that we've got enough room to just pull the shock straight out. So I'm going to get to work on that. There you go. Have somebody put their foot on it. You don't have to take the other bolt out. Just had to get another jack and jack it up just a little bit to get the bolt in. No big deal. 65 foot-pounds on this bolt. And 30 foot-pounds on the top ones. 3 down, 1 to go. I can't break it loose in the breaker bar. It's August. It's hot. So I'm not going to break my back doing this. My brother told me when we started this to get out the air tools, and I wanted to prove him wrong that it could be done without air tools. But if it was April or March, I might try it. But I'm sweating. We're doing it with air tools. We got all 4 of them on. I want to set the dampers to about a 16, I think, is a streetable setting. Take it for a ride, make sure everything's tight, and come back and check our ride heights and see how bad the alignment's out. We're going to take it for a little test drive, see how I like it. Fairly easy to access the front struts to make adjustments. Just pop the hood. You have access to the knob on top of the strut to go harder or softer. Now these Megan units have 32 positions of adjustability, full hard being 0, all the way down to 32, which is soft. The rear struts require just a little bit of modification to make them easy to get to. Here you can see the trunk liner interferes with the top of the strut, which is right there. What we're going to do is just eyeball it and take a razor blade like such and cut a hole in the trunk liner. Just cut you a little hole to get started, then take a look down at the hole and see how close you are. Make adjustments from there. Now we'll just repeat the procedure on the other side. And just replace as many as the little plastic push pins that you manage to not break while taking the trunk liner out. We'll just put the trunk liner back in. This job's complete. Alright, fast forward 1 week. Me and my brother took the car out. The car drove straight as an arrow. We got back, checked the drop of the car. I had left the spring perches where they came from the factory, and we had a nice even drop all the way around the car, meaning the fronts were dropped the same, the rears were dropped the same. The fronts were dropped 13/16 of an inch, and the rears were 9/16 lower. That lowering of the car made it difficult to change my oil yesterday. Interesting little side thing I wasn't expecting, but I've got some of the plastic low ramps made for sports cars, and it drug on the ramps. Had a little bit of a time getting it up there, so I'm going to have to figure something out there. Car feels really good. I really can't tell a whole lot about how much better it is from the stock, but the on-ramps and off-ramps are quite fun. The car was quite fun on the on and off ramp before, so but it does feel better. I'm not going to get the autocross for a couple of weeks. I've got a vacation planned next week. Something's happening the next month after that, so it's liable to be end of the year before I get to autocross. Do have an event planned for Watkins Glen later this year, so it's going to be fun time testing this out on a real racetrack. I haven't put an alignment on the car because I did a little more research and I had a couple things I wanted to do first. Because the car drove nice and straight and had an even drop all around it, I've just been driving it here and there, driving it to work. Not every day, but I'm hoping the tires last. The tires have quite a bit of wear on them anyway. But my next video is going to be showing you guys how to do an alignment, and I hope that works out. If it doesn't, I'll let you know. But I'm going to give it an attempt to try and do an alignment myself at the house with just some common tools, a level, some string, some parts to help you get the car level. Setting the camber on a car requires you to have the car very level. If not, you're not getting the camber right. But look for that video soon, and until then, I'll just be enjoying my new setup.